The Drunk Sports Podcast.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back into the Drunk Sports Podcast. I'm Timm. We've got another great series of segments for you from Wednesday night's show. Kicking it off here with the show intro and Around the Sports, our featured segment that we start each show off with every Wednesday night live from Tailgaters in Plano. We invite you out any Wednesday you want to come. We kick off the show at 8. We're usually done around 10. Come out early, have some shots with us, do some drinks with us. 65-cent wings, bone-in and boneless, at Tailgaters on Wednesday nights. Brought to you by, this segment is Sleep Sheets. Sleep Sheets. Are you looking for the ultimate nighttime sleep aid? Drift off. Drift off with an all-natural, gluten-free, and organic sleep aid that dissolves on your tongue in seconds and kicks in fast to help you sleep. MySleepSheets.com. Don't take a pill. Take a sheet. And check out this segment from the Drunk Sports Podcast Wednesday night at Tailgaters in Plano.
This drama contains adult language and partial nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
You are listening to the Drunk Sports Podcast, talking sports, current events, guy stuff, because I know you like guy stuff, and everything in between. Now open up a cold one and drink along, because here they are. Wait for it.
You can buy me a drink.
We're all drunk.
Hello, and welcome, drunk dudes and dolls and Drunk Sports Pod turds.
You got it right.
Yes. Welcome into the Drunk Sports Podcast, live from Tailgaters in Plano, where we've got cold beer, cold drinks, vodka, Red Bull, hot chicks in hats, and yoga pants, and me and Colby, and
I don't
other
see
things.
any yoga pants.
65 bartender. 65-cent, whatever her name is.
Oh, gotcha.
65-cent wings, bone in and bone out. We've got a bucket of beer here at the table that no one is allowed to drink from except for me and Big Red.
Tim prefers everything bone in.
Well, and then out, and then in, and then out, and then in.
I don't see yoga pants. I'm married.
Colby's not allowed to talk about yoga pants, Big Red.
That's why Tim's got so many kids. Everything's bone in.
I just might wear yoga pants next week.
I don't want you to.
Or bicycle shorts.
I don't want you to do that either.
You're just
Show
afraid what it might do to you, huh?
Yeah,
I get that a lot.
Yeah, I might not be able to do the show from the sickness.
Live from Tailgaters, I am noted local national radio and television and podcast and sports writer and loud shirt-wearing personality, IndyCar Timm. I am joined, as always, live from Monroe City, Missouri, from the Dugout Sports Bar, Grill, Steakhouse, and Uber Center, Mr. Big Red.
What's up, boys?
Big Red.
Give it to me, Lance. Give it to me, Lance. Push. Give it to me, Lance.
Mike Fisher, no.
Oh, Big Red. And, of course, to my right at the table here, live from Tailgaters, as always, the magical, the mystical Colby Sapp. Hello, Colby.
I am doing wonderful. I good God Almighty. There's so much to get into. We got a little shit pants Tim to get into.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. We sure do.
I think I deleted that.
No, And
oh, it's still there.
yeah, my penis. We got some of that. We've got plenty of Marvel news, and we got, of course, Around the Sports. And I'm going to throw it back to Tim with this nice segue. Back to him.
Thank you, Colby. Thanks for everyone that's made this one possible tonight. We want to thank. Oh, it's not over, is it?
No.
Sorry, I thought we were ending the show.
Well, you throw it to Big Red to end it. Do you not remember?
You know what? I've messed that up a couple times when I was drinking, and I'm drinking right now. I'm only on beer 2, but I got more in front of me.
Right.
Big Red, what are you doing with the camera there? What are you doing over there?
I had a malfunction in my light fill.
You are a malfunction.
I just want everybody to see my pretty face.
I will wear you out.
So, yes, of course, we just mentioned the camera. We love everyone that subscribes and tunes into the audio podcast each and every week, where you can hear either at dspmediaonline.com or on your favorite podcast app. But we want to remind everybody, you're welcome to tune into us on the YouTube.
Yes.
Where you can see our ugly mugs, follow along with us there. And it's a lot of big fun over there at the Drunk Sports Podcast YouTube channel. We got a lot of stuff happening over there. But, yes, live from Tailgaters as we are each and every Wednesday night starting at 8. We invite everyone, if you're local, to come out and hang out with us, have some drinks, have some wings.
If you're not local and you want to make the trip, go ahead.
You can stay with Tim.
Yeah, hell, we might even let you on the show. It's got to be better than what we do now, right? As far as me being on the show.
Be Tim's couch buddy.
That's right.
I don't know. We're not doing a casting couch right now. I don't know what's happening.
Is that what you do in your spare time?
Casting couch?
Yeah, for your videos that are like on your fans only page or whatever.
My OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I had to get rid of that. They said it was too raunchy.
I don't think
and then
that
they said
exists.
nobody wants to see that.
Okay, that might have been the reason, but
happens all the time. Yes, we do have some Around the Sports to get to, boys, as there are lots of Around the Sports going on. And I actually had some Around the Sports prepared starting yesterday. I was going to get into the NFL Network as they ranked the NFL top 10 quarterback and head coach duos for 2021. And head coach duos. But we might get into that in a second. But we've got some other things we need to talk about.
Ooh.
Two things that come to mind immediately. And let's get into this first because Colby and I already got into it off the air before the show. As it has been announced that the Tennessee Titans are putting ex-Oilers head coach Bum Phillips into their Ring of Honor.
Good for them.
And I take huge exception to this.
Because
he never coached the Tennessee Titans.
He never coached the Texans either.
Well, they're not putting him in their Ring of Honor.
Yeah, so put him somewhere.
I think he's somewhere now.
Yeah, in the Tennessee Titans ring.
6 feet under.
Yeah, okay, but put his name somewhere.
You know what? It's not his fault that the Oilers organization doesn't exist anymore.
No, they just changed their name. If you were the greatest, if you were the greatest, I don't know, Mazio's pizza guy to ever exist, and all of a sudden it turned into whatever the hell it turned into, then you would still want your name up there in the whatever it turned into Hall of Fame.
Mazio's Pizza.
Mazio's. By the way, I think there may be still one in Athens, Texas.
Has anyone ever really been to Athens, Texas?
I was like born there.
I mean, I drive through there coming home from Palestine sometimes in Grapeland.
Right.
Where the IndyCar Tim parents are buried.
I was an Athens Hornet, sir.
Oh, my dad was a Grapeland Sandy.
Oh, yeah?
That's another show.
I don't think that is an actual show.
I think not a show, is it?
So, but no, I'm a firm believer that if you take your ball and move it somewhere else as an owner, then you take all the records and stuff with it. Just like if you were to move houses, you don't leave something because that goes particularly well with that house. You take it too.
Apples
you take
and oranges.
Everything. No. It's your.
It's not a house. It's a football team.
Yeah, it's that you own. So when you take it, you take all the history with it.
I don't think you should. I think it's a bad look for the NFL.
Unless the actual city owns that particular sports team and they own it themselves.
You referenced Green Bay.
Then they, of course, they're not going to move, right? Because the city owns it. The stockbrokers that are owners of the whatever the hell.
Right.
Yeah, so, but if you let your football team move, that says you want nothing to do with it anymore. As a city, you want nothing to do with anything to do with that anymore. So guess what? Your Warren Moons, your everybody that was used to be an awesome Oiler and a sports hero in your town, their stuff gets moved.
And I think it's a bad look. And I get, you know what, if you want to move records, fine. Take your franchise records with you when you take your ball. When Bud Adams took his ball up to Nashville, and now they're in what? In Nashville now or Memphis? Which one? I forgot. I don't even know where the freaking Tennessee Titans play.
They haven't changed their name, so I'm just going to still call them Tennessee.
No, when they moved up there, though, they were the Tennessee Oilers. They still had the logo on the helmet. They still had the uniforms, but they were playing in Vanderbilt Stadium. I guess that's Nashville.
Right.
Before they built their stadium, wherever that is. But anyway, I digress. So take your records, take your team colors, take whatever, because this big argument came out about the NFL's allowing a second helmet design now,
right?
Which you haven't been able to do since 2012, so nobody could really do true throwback uniforms. Well, now they're allowing that, and the question is, man, are we going to see the Texans doing the old Oilers uniform? Well, no, because they don't own that. But you know what? The Titans aren't going to do it either because they're not the Oilers.
Well, they might just for a
They said
throwback.
they won't. They said they won't.
Yeah, and I've said I wouldn't do a lot of things that I end up doing anyway.
Of course, it's a chick that owns the team. So, good God Almighty, what's happening to America?
Nothing. That's awesome. Now
Should
you
be
have
illegal.
you have somebody that you can now maybe can go latch onto that can be your sugar mama. You just have to
I've
look
seen
at
what's her face at, but it's Bud Adams' daughter. I've seen her. I've had worse though.
Well, yeah, but
I'm
it's
just saying.
different. It's different when it's tagged with all the money.
So in the Titans Ring of Honor right now, boys, and y'all, I know Lance will recognize some of these names, and I have no problem with them honoring Wade Phillips. I have a problem with
Surprise! It's not me.
Bum Phillips.
It's Daddy.
Let's see. He joined several other in the Titans Ring of Honor who have no affiliation with Tennessee, including Warren Moon, Earl Campbell, Mike Munchak, Elvin Bethea, Ken Houston, and George Blanda.
Well, what do you want them to do? You want them to hang those names up in the ring that's around the Astrodome?
Well, nobody will see it because that place is boarded up.
Right.
Okay.
So what do you want them to do?
Okay, look, the only solution here is
all those players never existed anymore.
well, they don't.
No, they do.
The team that they played for is gone.
They're in that particular team's history. They just changed their name.
So then what you need to do then is make a separate hall of your history. Hey, these guys are famous from when we played in Houston. When we were known as the Oilers, these were our Oilers Ring of Honor members. All right? Do that. Don't put them with the did the
Why do
Tennessee
they
Titans
deserve-
have
why
any
do
Ring
they-
of Honor members?
Franchise.
I don't care. It's a bad look for the NFL.
Yeah, McNair probably would go ahead and go.
McNair and Eddie George, even
Yeah.
though they also were Oilers.
Yeah, but they are. Yeah, so when you
But
trade
they
teams,
played. I get it. They played for the Titans.
now when you trade teams, you can't.
Whatever happened to Steve McNair anyway?
He dead. Holy crap! No.
I just think it's a bad look for the NFL. Colby and I got into this off the air.
I don't understand how you think it's a bad look because to Lance's point, and he said it just like Lance would do is like a short sentence and explain everything. What the hell do you want them to do? And you're talking about having to build an extra wing and putting asterisks by shit and all this other stuff.
I never said asterisks.
No, you wanted to make sure everybody knows. Look, this is a great player, but he played for that team that we are no longer. So everybody look over here. Don't look over here. No. I want it in a football stadium because I played football for that organization. And just because you decided you were no longer called Kmart and you're now going to be something else, that's fine. But I still want to be in the effing Hall of Fame of whatever you changed the name to.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. So these players that are Oilers, were Oilers, are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
Do they go into their little area now and they chisel out where it said Houston Oilers and they put in Tennessee Titans?
No, they were an Oiler.
Right. They were never a Titan.
Yeah.
How is that different?
It's not.
Just take them out of the ring, take them out of the Hall of Fame now because there's no more Houston Oilers.
No, I'm not arguing your point. You're trying to argue back to my point, which I don't know. Is this some kind of big yelling circle jerk? What are you doing?
It's stupid. It's a bad look. There are a whole
It's not
generation
a bad look. What are you going to
football
do?
fans that don't know that the Tennessee Titans used to be the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of football fans that never understood that the Dallas Cowboys used to be great either.
Right.
Right.
And they probably will never know that.
So go look at a history book.
Nobody does that anymore, Colby, except
Then
me
why
and
do
you.
you keep doing these damn quiz shows from the 1940s?
I did that.
Because you're the only one that knows this
It
shit.
was 1960 and forward, and it was only one time.
Okay, yeah, 1960 and forward. I was born in 77.
I thought people knew stuff about the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Not before I was born, which goes back to the point of nobody remembers. So how about you let these people remember these people by putting their name up there that used to play for your organization before they effing moved?
I think it's embarrassing for the NFL. And
Why
it's
is it embarrassing?
for the franchise.
This is irritating.
No, it's bad. It's a bad look.
What do you want them to do then?
Colby,
Not put him in the Ring of Honor.
Colby, to my point, the text message earlier, to my point. It's just
all right. Now let's get to something a little more recent, shall we? As
I think you're right. I think he plans this out and just sits there and goes, you know what would ultimately piss whoever I'm talking to the most off? I'm going to have this stance and I'm going to sit on it and I'm going to continue going.
Watch. I will prove to you that that is not true because look what I did on a text chain between me and the Texans writers, okay? When they proposed this as an article, blah, 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 what does that say right there?
Not a fan of that at all. Bum doesn't belong in Tennessee.
Nostalgic Tim hates this. So it wasn't a bit. I even said this to the Houston writers.
Okay. It's dumb.
And he speaks of himself in the third person now?
Well, when I refer to Nostalgic Tim on a text thread, yes. Because that's not me. That's one of my variants.
One of your variants. We'll get into Loki talk at some point.
We'll get into Loki talk here in a little bit. So let's move on. Lance, you made a post on Facebook today or yesterday. I don't know when it was.
Go ahead and hit the theme.
You want to do this now?
Well, yeah, it's around the NFL. We're doing it right now, or around the sports. We're doing it right now.
Fire up the theme music.
There's no theme music.
Tim.
Oh, wait, we do have around the sports theme music. I totally forgot. Where's our around the sports theme music?
And now it's time for Around the Sports on the Drunk Sports Podcast. Brought to you by your mom. Shit pants.
Okay, so look, I understand the issue here. All right, I'll play it, whatever.
Hey, shit pants! Break it down, 1, 2.
Not deserved at all, by the way.
Tim, trolling the internet, looking to scam years off your life as he posts on a whim.
Didn't post on a whim, thought about it.
Because he shit pants Tim.
That's probably true.
He does it all with a shit-eating grin.
Smiling now.
He does it
a little bit
because he shit pants Tim.
All of it.
That's true.
He doesn't serve.
It's a really long intro.
He sure loves to swim.
I don't swim. I'm too fat.
Because he shit pants true.
God, that's such greatness. America's favorite segment on the Drunk Sports Podcast, folks.
Yep.
And I don't deserve this at all, but we'll go ahead and roll into Shit Pants Tim.
Take it away, Red.
All right, you know what? I'll even let you quarterback this. I won't even defend myself yet. Go ahead.
You run.
Colby said you were going to go off on me. Go ahead.
I'll go ahead and get me started. Go ahead. You got a quarterback.
So we're referring to, of course, the Stephen A. Smith comments about Shohei Ohtani being the face of Major League Baseball. And let's see. So first of all, I don't agree with what Screamin' A. Smith said.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
I'm pretty sure I made that clear on the post that I made referencing this. I said, I see his point. He just said it wrong.
Okay.
What does it say, Colby?
First of all, let's as soon as the internet decides to let me see what's going on. So Stephen A. Smith is giving his take on Shohei Ohtani. So the take is I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what he's even saying. So that's
agree with that.
That's the post.
I agree with that.
Okay,
but that wasn't all. That's not the.
What
all
you
of his comments.
said.
That's not all of his comments.
What you said. No, but you. This is the only comment that we have to go on.
Okay, well, that's not. I didn't even read that part. I was just. I was going based on the entire thing that happened.
No. It's the post that's put up that you see. This is maybe gets you in a lot of trouble anyway because
I don't read shit.
No, you should probably read what you're going to go ahead and then say. I completely understand with Stephen A.'s point, and I totally agree. He just didn't say it the right way. I'm usually the one that sounds like an idiot when I talk into a microphone. Glad it was him this time. There is no part of this that said that you disagree with anything that he said. You said you totally agree and completely understand.
Yes, his point.
This is,
not
of course,
what he said.
Red put out there in the middle of this quote to let you know exactly where he stands.
I didn't see the quote
on this. Is Red says, "Oh, is this some kind of privilege?"
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Had a white man said what he had said, he'd have been fired. This was Red's talking about because
I read that
Ace,
part. I read that part.
Did you?
Yes, but I didn't really understand where he was coming from with that. I was commenting on the Ohtani comments by Screaming A. Smith.
This is where shit pants shows up a lot. You didn't completely understand the fact that because Stephen A. Smith is not a white man, he can get away with saying that the dude that needs an interpreter and can't understand what he's saying, he doesn't think that it helps that he's the number one face of Major League Baseball, which in today's political correctness is not politically correct.
No, but I agree.
We would only be so lucky to have Skip Bayless say something asinine like that.
Oh, he still wouldn't get fired. Skip's untouchable.
Bullshit.
No, dude, Skip is untouchable. He's already said shit like this before and not even gotten fined for it.
Well, I guarantee you, if anybody else at the
so you're saying that if
Mouse Series or anywhere else, and anybody else would have said that, they would be gone already today, done.
So you're saying random white sports commentator says what Stephen A. Smith said and he'd have been fired?
Absolutely.
But not Stephen A. Smith because he's black.
You're right. Because
I'm asking, is that what you're saying? Because I didn't quite understand
that's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay.
Did I not just say all of that?
I don't know. You did. I don't agree with that either. But look, I don't have a problem with the point that he made. I think it is a bad look for Major League Baseball that Shohei Ohtani is the face of MLB. If he is, I don't know that he is.
How's it a bad look for baseball whenever
it is?
Go ahead. I'll shut up for a minute.
Because he's not marketable. Shohei Ohtani is not marketable as a baseball player.
Well, okay.
He's the first player in Major League history to both pitch and lead off an All-Star game.
Okay, I'm not saying he's not a good baseball player. I said he's not marketable.
What do you?
How many TV commercials is he going to do?
None, because baseball doesn't do any of them.
Because they don't have anybody to do it for him outside of the local markets.
No, it's because they don't promote the players. They've got one of the greatest baseball players to ever put on any kind of baseball cleats. Mike Trout.
Yep,
and they do absolutely nothing with him because Major League Baseball doesn't do anything with them.
And that's my point.
So you
finally get Shohei Ohtani.
So you finally get somebody that has worldwide recognition already in Shohei Ohtani, and it's going to catch on to other places. It may not be here. It's the reason why baseball's taking off all over the world and not as much here is because of how they market their players.
Right.
There's whole countries that are sitting by just waiting for Shohei Ohtani's next start.
You know what? Everybody looked for Ichiro Suzuki's next game to play too.
Damn right.
Major League Baseball did diddly shit about that.
No, but he did all right.
Oh, he did fine.
He did, yeah.
And he also learned to speak English.
Right, which you tend to do when you stay over here for a little bit. You end up communicating.
Right.
And
Juan Gonzalez never figured that out. Neither did Pudge Rodriguez.
Well, they both did, actually.
Sometimes I hit ball far. Sometimes
that's an accent. Now you're just making fun of some people for their accent. That's just not even right. That's dumb.
No, it's his English.
Huh? It's his accent.
Okay, people with an accent can still speak English.
Right, and they do.
Except Juan Gonzalez.
At any
that's
rate,
my whole point about all of this is that it's a shame and it's a bad look for baseball that's the guy that everybody's looking to as the face of baseball, yet he is unable to be the marketable face of baseball worldwide. But to
your point, Major League Baseball doesn't market anybody.
Right. That's their fault, too.
But it's all their fault because you could totally market him if you wanted to.
All right.
Baseball is the
Is he going to do progressive insurance commercials?
You don't think he could?
Is he going to do burger? How's he going to do that?
What do you mean? How does it? It's a visual market. It's a commercial.
And people aren't going to want to hear him talk.
Don't have to.
I disagree. I think if you're going to market him...
You've never seen a commercial where nobody talks in it? Except for the announcer guy?
Well, yeah, a bunch of no-names, commercial actors.
Imagine if there weren't no names in there. Imagine if it was somebody you did know.
On a one-off, I get it. But you can't do that on an entire
You can do anything you want to right now. They do marketing scales that nobody knows what the fuck they're actually marketing. And guess what? They're somehow fucking successful.
Like the Lexus commercial that I played with Emmanuel Acho?
Yeah, or whoever. Yes. They catch on.
All right.
I mean, in this day and age, you could do just about anything and just put, whatever you're selling at the bottom of it. People end up buying it because they think, oh, this is new and different. You know what the whole world is like right now? We're like that one guy at the art museum that's staring at the trash can. We think that's art, and therefore we really want to buy it.
Right.
Okay? Everybody is like that now. And so if you don't think that it is marketable for baseball players right now, you're totally wrong because they market a lot of different – they just don't. The fact that baseball players don't have anything on their face and you can see what they look like when you just watch the game,
right.
that fact alone makes them more noticeable, even though there's everybody else, the football players running around with helmets on because they market their players well. That's what happens. Because if you just went on how they played the game, everybody would be like, I don't know who that is. I don't see a helmet on.
Who do you think is the face of the NFL right now?
The face of it's Pat Mahomes.
Okay, I might have said Tom Brady still, but I don't disagree with Pat Mahomes.
It's Pat
How many
Mahomes.
Commercials do we see Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes on?
A bunch.
Like national.
Yes.
The NBA. Who's the face of the NBA? Please don't say LeBron James.
It's still LeBron James.
God damn it. How many commercials is LeBron on?
Every damn one of them.
All of them, right. You just can't. Whether baseball wanted to or not, I don't think you could do that with Ohtani. You could do it with Trout.
You play the first commercial and people will ask, who is that guy? You start running
nobody knows who he is.
You start running more of them, and then the baseball folks recognize it, and then they'll go along with it.
All right.
It's just they don't. That one commercial that Mike Trout walked into a Subway restaurant in order to sell Subway. Well, people finally got down with that. That's the only commercial they did for the greatest Major League Baseball player we've seen in a while.
Hey, vamp for a second.
I've been vamping this whole damn time.
I don't understand how. I mean, I realize that Stephen A. had to come out and do an apology and everything else, but I just don't understand. I mean, there was nothing else. There was absolutely nothing. I mean, as far as we know right now, they haven't come out and said that there was any other kind of punishment.
The Drunk Sports Podcast.